Hey everyone, this is Andra, the Traveling and Saving Chief. Thank you so much for joining me for my budget with me for the second pay period of June, which is the 15th through the 30th of June of 2025. I am so appreciative that you're here with me, whether you're a new subscriber or a returning subscriber. Let's get to this budget and cash stuffing of my variable expenses. My budget sheet is from Glory's Budget, and I will have her linked in my description box. The first section we will look at is the income section, and I received my military pay for $4,209.51, and also my YouTube pay of $124.80. And this is thanks to you all for supporting my channel, for sending super chats or those amazing things, and also for letting the ads play. I realize some of them are not reasonable in terms of how long they are, but any type of ad that you're willing to let run through all the way, or those surveys that come through, this is how content creators, how we get, well, one of the ways that we get a YouTube pay. So you have to meet $100 threshold, and when you meet that, you will get a check somewhere between the 21st to the 25th of the month, that next month. So that's how that works. So thank you so much for supporting my channel. I appreciate you all so much. So total in the income section is $4,334.31. And we already brought that down to the income section down here. Next up is bills. So in the bills section, I have the Audi payment due by the 25th of June, and I am a month ahead on the Audi for the month ahead binder that we work on. And that is going to be $500 that I will put on the account there. Disney Vacation Club dues. I am a Disney Vacation Club member, and that is already, actually, when I'm recording this, that's already been deducted from my account for $121.65. Next is the Xfinity Internet, and I have Xfinity Internet in Colorado and Xfinity Internet in Maryland, where I'm stationed. And I have a condo in Colorado. So if you're new here, you don't even know what I'm talking about. But when I was stationed in Colorado, I built a brand new condo, and then I got orders for Maryland, and then I had to pick up and move. So I do have a tenant. And so when I mentioned the Colorado condo, that's what I'm referring to. But I am stationed in Maryland today. So the 26th of June, those are deducted from my account in the amount of $50 and $65.90 for the internet. Then my Xfinity phone bill is due on the 27th of June, and that is $43.16. And you guys, I'm not saying I'm not tracking things, but I kind of wasn't tracking that needs to go to Discover. And I do need to change that, but for now, I need to make sure I transfer the $43 over to my Discover account, because I was like, wait, where do I have my Xfinity bill going from or being deducted from? Because it's not coming out of my bank account. Anyway, the USAA Visa payment is due on the 23rd of June. And actually, I don't truly owe this because I already had made a payment. And so it says I owe zero, but I'm still going to make this $130 payment just to stay ahead of that one. That is not our debt snowball debt right now. Actually, we are going to be working on this City Thank You, the next one. And as you might notice, if you watch my budget with me, is I no longer have that USAA Amex card, y'all, because we paid that off last month in May of 25. So that was our debt snowball card that we were working, and that one is gone. So no longer have a payment for that. Amen. And okay, let's move on. City Thank You, 23rd of June as well, $100. That's more than the minimum payment. But since we're going to start tackling this along with the Discover loan that I talk about in the first pay period in June or of the month, that's the one we're going to be working on next. That's City Thank You. Next is subscriptions. I just need to transfer this $200 to my Amex Sky Miles card. That's where all the subscriptions are deducted from. And then lastly, the auto registration. I'm not saying it snuck up on me, but I knew it was coming due, but I just paid it with my card, and then I didn't account for it in the budget with me. So I wanted to make sure that I accounted for it. So that's going to get sent straight over to the Discover card for $209. And that was for both the Toyota and for the Audi for my Texas tags. Um, until I get settled in Alabama, then I'll have to switch everything over, obviously. But the total of the bill section is $1,419.71. And we already brought that down into the bill section down here. So we'll come back to that. Next is the savings section up here in the upper right quadrant. So we have the total that I'm going to invest into all the different savings challenges. It's going to be $2,500. So we're going to do the hop for 60, the brick wall for 40, the self-care Sunday videos for $300. Monday I put a question mark because that's open, like that's an open day. I don't have to do anything, so I just put a question mark because I don't, you know, if I decide to do something, I can just switch around these numbers here. Low income Tuesday, where I do a bunch of different randomizers. I put 300, so that's going to be the next video I record will be this one. So we'll be stuffing $300 into the various randomizers. And that includes my Teensy Weensy micro binder. So that will, okay, so I put the little numbers over here to the side. So that would bring us down to 1,800. Then Wandering Wednesday, we're going to stuff $300 into my Wandering Wednesday video. That brings us down to 1,500. Then for long-term challenges, Thursday, we're doing $500. And you guys, when I post that video, we are going to be finishing that big challenge. So please stay tuned for that video. So that will bring us down to 1,000. Then my Friday video for my bestie binder will be $400. So that'll bring me down to 600. And then Saturday, since I got a YouTube paycheck, I always stuff that into my owl binder, but I'm going to actually add a little bit more. And I'm going to make it 200 even. So that brings that down after Saturday and the owl binder. That brings me down to 0 for the $2,500 total that we're going to play with our money. We are going to know that it's real and not waste it and be frivolous like Andra has done in the past. If you're familiar with my channel, definitely doing much better with seeing it, touching it, playing with it, and then paying the bills. So there's that. 2,500 is down here into savings. And then lastly is variable expenses. So we have this bottom right quadrant. So total, we are going to work with $300 this pay period for my variable expenses. So my last budget with me, we did the survival challenge with Chris from Budgeting Just Because. And that was rough, y'all. That was $100 for 2 weeks. Now I did have a work trip. So I am back from my work trip. And I still need to reconcile like my spending and, the things that were work and then the things that were personal expenses. So I definitely still need to reconcile that, but I did pretty good. I just know that I didn't have my cash wallet, and I know towards the end I was just like swiping, and when I swipe, it's I'm just cautious, very cautious, because I don't do well with that. So the total $300, we're going to do $150 into the fuel envelope, the food envelope, $20 into the fuel envelope, and then $130 into the beauty envelope because I'm going to the spa again. But this time I'm not going to get a beauty service, so I'm not going to spend as much at the spa. And that's why I'm only doing $130. So that's that total of $300 for the variable expenses. And then the totals here. So we had the income for 4,334 and 31 cents. And we are, you cannot see it. Let me fix that. Minus the bill section of 1,419 and 71 cents. Minus the savings of 2,500. Did I hit plus? Oh no, I'm good. Okay. I thought that said 4,000. Oh, these bifocals need to bifocal. All right, then we have 300 for the variable expense wallet that we're going to stuff here in a few minutes. So that leaves me with a buffer of $114.60. So I consider this a zero-based budget because every dollar in my budget has a job, and the buffer is going to be buffering. So that is what we've got there. So now let me grab the beautiful cash wallet from Ashley at the Budget Princessa. And I already pulled out the couple receipts that I had sitting in here because I do need to put those into my Fetch app. And I have my beautiful cash wallets here from her as well. So we are going to grab the 150 for food. So that's going to go in here. Then the fuel envelope, we are going to grab $20. And I already had my money already over here in the cash tray. It's just sitting over here. And I do have a star note, so we'll do that in just a moment. And then in the beauty envelope, we have our 51, 25, 30. So $130 is going into the beauty envelope. Even though the spot only takes cards, I still need to have the cash here and see it. And that helps me, that just helps me stay in check. So my cash wallet is stuffed. And let's grab our star note holder. So when I got monies out of the ATM, I got another star note, y'all. So I'm going to go to my star note challenge from Donna, powered by Creativity. And I did look up the website to check the serial number, and it kept telling me I had an invalid serial number. So I don't know what that's about. But here are my other star notes. So now in my star note challenge, I have 20, 40, 60, 80, 5, 90, 1, 2, and 3. So I have $93 in star notes. So that's exciting. Once I figure out how to look them up, if they're not worth anything, I'm just going to put them back into the circulation and I'm not going to hold on to them. So that is my star notes. And then lastly, we have the military pay challenge. And I didn't document it on here, but let me grab it real quick. Now I'm going to stuff my military pay challenge from On Saves at Craft and Budget with On. We are all veterans. Her, Marion from MLOSH Budgets and Designs, we're all saving with this challenge for military pay because when you're active duty, you get paid on the 1st and 15th of each month. And I'm trying to get ahead because I am going to be switching into my pension income when I retire from the Air Force on 1 September of 2025. So I am just going to get ahead of this. So we're going to do August, the 1st and the 16th. Sorry, the 1st and the 15th. I'm like, that is not a 6, that's a 5. And I have my $16. So let me grab that. So here are my $16 that I'm going to stuff into the challenge. And let's see how much we have all together. 50, 70, 90, 100, and 5, 10, 15, 25, 36. So $136. And we're going to save 192 total when I get this done. And I do plan to get this done before I retire. Because you just don't know what's going to happen with your military pay. Those of you that are veterans, if you know, you know. Well, that does it for my budget with me. I hope that you enjoyed as much as I enjoyed sharing my budget with you. And I will talk to you in the next video. Aim high always.